At exactly 22 days after conception, your baby experiences cardiac activity for the very first time. 110 beats per minute in complete darkness. But what happens in week 8 will completely blow your mind. In the next few minutes, I'm showing you the most incredible weeks of the first trimester, including the 1 week where your baby's brain develops 250,000 neurons every single minute. Everything you're about to hear is backed by embryology research and fetal development studies. This isn't speculation. This is what's actually happening inside your body right now, week by week, cell by cell. If you want evidence-based pregnancy information, hit subscribe and let's go. The miracle begins. Week 1 to 2, the race of 250 million. Pregnancy dating starts before conception. During ovulation, your body releases an egg, and during intercourse, roughly 250 million sperm begin the race, but only 200 to 300 will even reach the egg. Here's what makes conception remarkable. The instant one sperm penetrates the egg's outer layer, an electrical surge pulses across the egg surface in milliseconds. This is called the zinc spark. Actual zinc atoms burst out, creating a flash of light. Scientists at Northwestern University captured this on camera in 2016. That flash triggers a chemical barrier. The egg hardens instantly. No other sperm can enter, ever. Your baby's genetic code, 23 chromosomes from mom, 23 from dad, is now locked in. Week 3. Within 24 hours, the single cell divides into 2, then 4, then 8. By day 5, you have a hollow ball of about 100 cells called a blastocyst. Between days 6 to 10, this tiny cluster of cells travels down the fallopian tube and burrows into your uterine lining. This is implantation, and the moment your body realizes, I'm growing another human, your body starts producing HCG, the pregnancy hormone. This stops your period and can show up on a pregnancy test by week 4. Week 4. Your embryo is the size of a poppy seed, about 0.04 inches. Microscopic. But already, 3 critical layers are forming. Ectoderm will become skin, brain, nervous system. Mesoderm will become heart, bones, muscles, kidneys. Endoderm will become lungs, intestines, bladder. The placenta and umbilical cord begin forming. Your baby's lifeline for the next 36 weeks. You might not know you're pregnant yet, but your baby is already building the blueprint for every organ system. Week 5. Cardiac development. Something extraordinary begins. A tube-like structure appears in your embryo's chest. This is a primitive heart, and it's starting to fold and twist into the shape you recognize. Your baby is now the size of a sesame seed, about 0.1 inches. Tiny blood vessels begin forming. The circulatory system is taking shape. Week 6. The onset of cardiac activity. This is one of the most significant weeks of pregnancy. At approximately 22 to 23 days after conception, the fetal heart begins its first spontaneous, rhythmic contraction. At first, it's slow, around 100 to 110 beats per minute. Within a week, it accelerates to 150 to 170 beats per minute, faster than your own heart. Here's what makes this remarkable. There's no brain activity yet controlling this rhythm. The heart is beating spontaneously due to specialized cells called pacemaker cells. Your baby's heart knows how to beat before the brain even exists to tell it to. On a transvaginal ultrasound at 6 weeks, doctors can often detect this heartbeat, a tiny flicker on the screen. For many parents, this is the moment pregnancy becomes real. Fun fact, your baby's heart will beat approximately 54 million times before birth. Week 7, neurogenesis begins. Week 7 is when brain development goes into hyperdrive. Your baby's neural tube, which formed in week 5 to 6, now differentiates into 3 regions. Forebrain, thinking, reasoning. Midbrain, vision, hearing, motor control. Hindbrain, breathing, heart rate, balance. But here's the mind-blowing part. Starting at week 7 and continuing through week 20, your baby's brain produces an average of 250,000 neurons per minute. That's 4,166 new brain cells every single second. Small buds appear where arms and legs will grow. Tiny dark spots mark where eyes will form. A microscopic indentation becomes the beginning of a nose and mouth. Your baby is now the size of a blueberry, about 0.5 inches long. Week 8, movement begins. Your baby can move. You can't feel it yet. They're only the size of a raspberry, about 0.6 inches. But limbs are forming, joints appear, and spontaneous movements begin. The heart has now divided into 4 chambers and is pumping blood efficiently through the developing circulatory system. Fingers and toes are starting to separate from paddle-like hands and feet. And here's something incredible. Even though your baby's eyes are still fused shut, the retinas have started forming. The foundation for vision is being built in complete darkness. At this point, all major organ systems are present, though immature. From here, it's about growth and refinement. Week 9, from embryo to fetus. Week 9 marks a major milestone. Your baby officially transitions from embryo to fetus. Why? Because the embryonic tail has disappeared, and your baby now looks distinctly human. The head is still disproportionately large, about half the total body length, because brain development is priority number 1. Eyelids have formed but remain fused shut. Tiny earlobes appear. Your baby is now about the size of a cherry, nearly 1 inch long. And something fascinating, taste buds are beginning to form. Your baby won't taste anything yet, but the sensory foundation is being laid. Week 10, critical structures lock in. All vital organs are now formed and beginning to function. Your baby has a beating 4-chambered heart, a developing brain and spinal cord, tiny kidneys producing small amount of urine, a stomach producing digestive fluids, bones beginning to harden, ossification starts. Fingernails and toenails begin growing from nail beds. If you could see inside, you'd notice something amazing. Your baby is practicing breathing movements. They're not breathing air, they're breathing amniotic fluid, practicing mechanics they'll need after birth. Your baby is now the size of a kumquat, about 1.2 inches long and weighing less than a quarter of an ounce. Week 11, rapid refinement. Your baby looks remarkably human now. Facial features are distinct. Eyes widely spaced, ears moving toward their final position, nose fully formed. Fingers and toes are completely separated. Your baby can open and close their fists. They can even hiccup, though you can't feel it yet. The digestive system is practicing. Intestines contract in peristaltic waves, preparing for digestion after birth. Your baby is about the size of a fig, 1.6 inches long, weighing about 0.25 ounces. Week 12, first trimester complete. This is the week everything changes. By the way, now that you made it through the first trimester, you're probably starting to think about the birth itself. I put together a complete birthing plan and hospital bag checklist that gives you ideas of exactly what to pack, including items most women are likely to forget. Link in the description. Week 12 marks the end of the first trimester, and it's a huge milestone for several reasons. 1. Miscarriage risk drops from about 15 to 20% in weeks 6 to 8 to less than 5% after week 12. Why? All vital structures are formed and functioning. Your baby is much more stable. 2. The 12-week ultrasound. In the U.S., most women have their first official ultrasound around 12 weeks. This is when you'll see your baby moving, flipping, waving, and it's often when you first hit a heartbeat through Doppler. 3. Baby stats. Your baby is now about 2 to 2.5 inches long, the size of a lime, and weighs about 0.5 ounces. The head is still large relative to the body, but proportions are starting to balance. For organ functionality, the kidneys are producing urine, which becomes amniotic fluid. The liver is producing bile. The bone marrow is making white blood cells. Your baby is practicing breathing, swallowing, and sucking movements. 5. Sex organs are forming. While it's usually too early to see on ultrasound, external genitalia are beginning to differentiate. By week 16 to 20, you'll likely be able to find out the sex if you want to know. 6. Reflexes appear. Your baby now has a functioning nervous system that can trigger reflexes. If something touches their palm, they'll curl their fingers around it, grasp reflex. Touch their cheek, they'll turn toward it, rooting reflex. Let's put this in perspective. In just 12 weeks, 84 days, your body has taken 2 microscopic cells and built a 4-chambered beating heart, a developing brain with billions of neurons, 2 lungs, not breathing yet but practicing, a liver, kidneys, stomach, and intestines, a complete nervous system, 2 arms, 2 legs, 10 fingers, 10 toes, 2 eyes, 2 ears, a nose, a mouth, functioning reflexes, and the ability to feel sensation. And you probably aren't even showing yet. The first trimester is exhausting. Hormones, nausea, fatigue, anxiety. But now you know why. Your body isn't just pregnant. It's building the most complex biological structure known in the universe, a human brain. The weeks that matter most. If you had to pick the single most critical period, weeks 6 to 10 are when the most dramatic development happens. Week 6, heart starts beating. Week 7 to 8, brain development explodes, 250,000 neurons/minute. Week 9, transition from embryo to fetus. Week 10, all vital organs functioning. But honestly, every single day of the first trimester is irreplaceable. This is when foundations are laid that determine your child's health for life. The first trimester is invisible from the outside, but on the inside, it's the most explosive, miraculous period of growth in the entire human lifespan. If you want to be just as prepared for delivery day as you were learning about these 12 weeks, grab my birthing plan and hospital bag checklist in the description below. It will inspire the questions to ask your doctor, the hospital bag items that actually matter, not the fluff list you see online, and a birthing plan template that you can customize. Link is right below this video. If this gave you a new appreciation for what's happening in those early weeks, hit that subscribe button. The second trimester video is coming next, and wait until you see what happens when your baby can hear your voice for the first time. What week were you most excited about during your pregnancy? You're growing a human. Never forget how incredible that is.